Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to our team Zoom. My name is Harlequin Murray. I'm your co-host this evening, and I have the honor and privilege of welcoming all of you, and especially those of you who are attending for the first time. We welcome you to the team and hope that we can give some value to you and that you can learn some information. But anyways, I am also the person who gets to introduce our senior team leader, Miss Ellen Winn. She's been a friend of mine for many, many years. And just to give you a little bit of information for those of you who've never been here before and don't know who she is, she grew up on her family's farm in Dallas, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. She spent over 25 years in the restaurant industry, and the last 8.5 years of that, she was in corporate working for Domino's Pizza in upper management. And she was a training director and senior operations director for them. She left Domino's back in 1997 and started her own restaurant and had a couple of pizza restaurants that she started. And she was actually introduced to network marketing 20 years ago, and she built huge teams in network marketing as well as in DAC here. But whenever I met her, gosh, it's been about 17, 18 years ago now, she was the national training director for a network marketing company and my upline. And she and I have been friends ever since. But she is an area director in DAC and also a one-star executive in the longevity part of our comp plan. But, you know, she's excellent at training, as I'm sure you've all encountered. And anyways, without further ado, Miss Ellen Winn, I'm going to let you take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Harlequin. Every time I hear you do that intro, it just takes me down a nice memory lane walk of the things that I've done, the things that you and I've done together. And as I always say, we wouldn't even know each other if it weren't for this industry. So I thank God for that every day, because I've created so many friendships and relationships over the years because of being able to meet people like you nice folks on here tonight. You know, many of you I have we've been in business together for a while, so we've had a beginning of a long relationship, and many of you, this is your first time joining us, but I look forward to getting to know you guys and work with you as time goes by. Guys, I'm so excited about DAC. I say this every week, but I just get more and more excited about what's going on when I see what is happening. And as Harlequin said, my position in the company, I've got a big picture view that some of you don't have because of the size of the team and what I'm seeing activity wise, and also some of the conversations that I get to have with company leadership. So you're at the right place at the right time with the right company and with the right leadership. You know, Harlequin, as I was thinking and listening to you talk about how you and I have been friends for so many years, I just want to put this out there. Guys, y'all that listen to Harlequin every week know that she is a stickler for details, right? And if you know that about Harlequin, that she is a stickler for details, then that means that she has values, and she wants to do things the right way and wants to be in an honest position, right? One, I say that because she's picked DAC, but two, going back to the friendship and the amount of time that she and I have been friends, right? And I'm honored that she's been my friend that long, because she is a stickler for details, and it goes to speak of me as a person too. And I know and I'm not trying to blow my own horn here. Harlequin said this on my agent interview once, that I am who you see, right? I'm not trying to put on any airs, and I'm that person that's going to lead you down the right path. So if I tell you something, I'm telling you what I believe to be 100% honest truth. And if I tell you to do or not to do, then it's coming from a heart and coming from a place of safety and a place of giving good direction. So just know that if this is the first time that you have joined our team call, this is a place for you to have conversations with us. We're going to do some Q&A after we go through the slideshow, but I always start off with team recognition. So I'm going to get us into slideshow mode real quick. I've got Lucy walking around in the background, my little Yorkie. She cracks me up. All right, you should see slides on the screen. Is that good, Harlequin? Yes. And before I go into those, thank you again, Harlequin. I'm so glad that you are home safely. Harlequin has been on the road for the past 2 weeks. She went down to Florida, came home with COVID, barely recovered from that before she hit the road again out to Texas, and just got in, was unpacking her car on the leadership Zoom today. So she's had a long road ahead. Harlequin, you don't have to do a whole lot tonight if you don't want to, just because I know you're exhausted, but I appreciate you big time. And as I said before we let everybody in, I'm so glad that you made it back safely, so I don't have to worry about you on the road. All right. I thank you for all that you do. All right. So DAC to the rescue. We've all got this superhero inside of us called DAC to the rescue, right? It's just a matter of when you decide to pull that uniform back and show the world what you have. So let's talk about our top recruiters for the week of 11/14 through 11/20. In first place with 4 new agent recruits, we had Fernando Delgadillo. Congratulations, Fernando. And in second place, we had a 3-way tie, each with 3 new agents. That is Allies International, Orlando Resource, and Katina Willis. And then in third place, we had a 2-way tie with Richard Giraldez and Minister Ron Peterson. So congratulations to all of you that made it on the leaderboard. To make the leaderboard, you had to have at least 2 new recruits. We had many others that had 1 agent recruit for the week. And normally I give that summary, but I didn't do the totals, and I ran out of time. I was doing some one-on-one training with a new agent today here in my home, and forgot to do that part of the slideshow until time got away from me. So I pulled that slide out. All right. I want to remind everyone, as we're talking about recruiting and building, if you've been with DAC for more than 60 days, you probably know that we have engaged as part of the pay plan for you to be able to earn on your team. When you're recruiting a team, you have to be what we call engaged, which means you've had to have a client in the past 60 days. That could be a brand new client of any funded value. That could be a 6 customer finance clients. You hit the level of AD, right? You have a renewal client. We had a new client. Now we have a renewal client, or you could be in your first 60 days in the business. That's all 5. Okay. First 60 days, you're automatically engaged and eligible to earn when you're recruiting a team. But after 60 days, you have to earn that by bringing customers to the table. Well, this recruiting incentive is going through the end of the year, which means that you're auto engaged. So if you've been here more than 60 days and you don't have a client yet, you can still earn on your enroller bonuses on new agents, as long as you're recruiting new agents. Anybody that you've signed up from May 23rd through the end of this year, you're going to earn your enroller bonus of a minimum of 25% on their first 2 fundings, no matter when those first 2 fundings or ERCs that considered as a funding too. You'll earn on those first 2, no matter when that is, whether you're actually engaged according to the compensation plan or not. And that's because of this promotion. So I would be recruiting heavily if I were you, and building your agent team. Many people say, well, I want to have success before I start recruiting, or, I want to know what I'm doing before I start recruiting. Guys, we've got a system that makes it really easy. 1, somebody goes and watches video on your website, so you don't have to know how to tell the story. David Rutz does it for you on your partner page. 2, as soon as they sign up, the company is going to send them their welcome email directing them to the training there in the Agent Resource Center. And 3, I'm going to communicate with them as well. I'm going to send them an email. I'm going to put them in my email training series that apparently you have received to be here tonight, right? And I'm going to invite them to join my text list, and I'm going to do these extra trainings and so on in addition to what the company does. So our team system allows you to earn while you learn and be building an agency while you're learning how everything works. You got a great support team here to help you. So don't hesitate to be putting new people into business or getting people in front of this by asking a simple question. Hey, are you open to making money outside of what you're currently doing? Say that with a big smile on your face if you're face to face with them, and they'll be curious as to what you're up to just because you're smiling so big, right? And then when they say yes, say, well, listen, I've got something I want to share with you. It may or may not be a good fit, but it'll only take you about 15 minutes to figure it out. That's it. Those are the questions. And if they say, okay, great, then you send them your partner page with your agent ID number at the end of that link and let the video tell the story. Now, the video is about 45 minutes long, right? But they will know in the first 5, 10, 15 minutes max as to whether this is going to be a fit for them, just by the way David tells the story. So that 15-minute, it'll only take you 15 minutes or so, is very true, because they'll get a good feel for whether this is a good fit. Okay. But I encourage you to be sharing and recruiting and taking advantage of the auto engage promotion. Now, talking about promotions, we've got a couple of new promotions in the house, and these are new promotions to DAC 2. This is a really big deal. This is climbing their way up. This is the second rung of the ladder. As you see, when everybody gets started, you're brand new. You have not achieved any of these levels. So your first funding is you're getting paid as a DAC 0, which is our standard commission plan. But as you start getting clients and moving up the ranks, we call that leveling up. Now, to get to DAC 2, which is the second level here in the compensation plan, the funding bonuses, you have to have at least 2 qualified fundings. What is a qualified funding? Well, that means that the funded value of that client was at least $6,000 for it to count as a client, right? So you had to have at least 2 of those, all right, for a total of $12,000 between the 2, and a total funded value of at least $20,000 total. So it may take you 3 clients to get to the $20,000 to be able to rank up to DAC 2, but the minimum qualification is 2 qualified fundings and a total funded value of $20,000. So tonight, I'm excited to recognize our 2 new DAC 2s, and that is Raheen Miller. Raheen had $13,500 funding that put him over the line this week to get him to DAC 2. And then Brittany Chapman had a huge funding. She had a $50,000 funding that put her into that second client that put her over the $20,000 rank. So congratulations to both of you guys.
Thank you.
Guys and gals. And Harlequin, am I hearing you?
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So what I want to do real quick is go off of screen share. I believe that we have Raheen and Brittany both on tonight, and I want to pull you guys up and give you an opportunity. Just because I have Raheen listed first. Is Raheen on here?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey there. How are you doing?
Fine. How you doing, ma'am?
Excellent. Congratulations on hitting DAC 2. I know.
Thank you. It's been rough. It was rough before that funding, but I just kept positive and just kept posting and kept marketing, and it went through. Worked out perfectly.
Excellent. So you say you were posting and marketing. So I gather that you're getting your customers primarily through social media posts. Is that right?
Yeah, social media and word of mouth, but mostly social media. I invade these group chats and just post my flyers and just nonstop posting every day. And then I have people hit me up in the DMs, or I have a lot of people call also. So it's, it works out.
And are these flyers that you pulled out of the Agent Resource Center and
I
customized?
actually just recently, like maybe 2 weeks ago, I found out about the Agent Resource Center. I actually have those cards in a way, but I also make my own flyers. So you know, and I've been targeting truckers, as I spoke with Harquin earlier. I've been targeting truckers. That's been most of my fundings from people who drive 18 wheelers or box trucks,
Right.
stuff like that.
A lot in that space. So that is a great market to target. One thing, not just for your information, but for all the listeners, because I know when we have somebody sharing their success stories, everybody's taking notes and it's spurring ideas for other people, right? Just know if you're targeting the trucking industry, to be doing a little bit higher revenue to get qualified, because if it's one man show and they're doing $20,000 a month, if that truck goes down or that driver and it's just a one man operation, then they could easily be out of business quickly. So our lenders scrutinize the trucking industry heavily, make sure that they've got enough revenue coming in and a good track record so that they believe they'll stay.
Consistency. Okay.
Back.
Most definitely. But
So-
I got excited. The momentum is there. And, I got a couple Uber drivers also through Giggle, stuff like that. I target those people too. So just all over, just whoever, everything's business. So
Awesome. Now, Raheem, what have you been doing before you came into DAC? What's your background?
Oh, I'm in credit repair.
Okay.
Business credit and personal. That's just basically what I've been doing for the last 2 years.
Awesome. So you're not afraid to talk to people. That's
Oh,
great.
no, most definitely. Got to network. Got to network. Communication.
Can't be a secret agent and have success in this business. Well, congratulations again. Harlequin, was there anything that you wanted him to share?
No, I think he mentioned how he's in the groups and stuff like that. But I just want to say congratulations, Raheem. Looking forward to continued success with you. And he's actually on a family vacation right now.
Yeah, I'm with the
and
kids.
still
Some in the
joining
bathroom,
us on Zoom.
Spider-Man in the back.
Oh, nice. Well, thanks for taking time away from your family to be part of our spotlight tonight. And I hope you have a great
I appreciate the opportunity.
Thanksgiving. Be safe out there.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. And I've got Brittany in here. Brittany, can you unmute yourself?
Hey, Miss Ella.
Hey,
everybody.
50 grand. Woo-hoo! Way to go. I love it. It's a big funding.
Thank you. I've been pressing on and just being resilient through this entire process. So
yeah, I know you have. I see you on our Zooms. I see you asking questions, and you call me periodically when you've got questions and need help. You're not afraid to call. And I think that's one of the things that I admire about you, Brittany, is that you dig into the training and then you're out there. Your perseverance is tremendous, but then not being afraid to ask for help when you feel like you need it. You're making those outreach calls. And I think that that's a testament of part of your success is the willingness to do that and not feel like you have to go it alone. So you want to tell everybody a little bit where you found this client, of course, not the client's name, but how you met this person and anything you want to share about this process. That'd be great.
Well, this particular client, it was a restoration, like a water damage or restoration company. I actually found them from Instagram. Most of my clients I found from Instagram. With the algorithm, when you're looking for a certain business, like with the algorithm, different businesses keep popping up in the feeds. So I actually called this client's office like a month ago, and I left a message with the secretary. He actually called me back a couple nights later on his cell phone. I broke down who I am and what I do. And I sent them another email and the information. So then I followed up with him a couple of days later, and he was interested in lines of credit, but he never applied for the line of credit for some reason. So I didn't hear back from him until like maybe 2 weeks later. He reached out to me because I guess he spoke with a different colleague about another business opportunity he wanted to dive into and he needed some capital. And, we just started talking. I sent them the link to apply, which was like probably on a Friday. He was like, well, I'll just apply on Monday. He applied on Monday. He got an offer, but he waited a couple of days. So I was kind of like on the edge of my chair, like, oh my gosh, I hope this really goes through. And then it went through. On Friday, he got funded to $50,000 and I got my commission today.
Woohoo! And that commission had a comma in it too.
Yeah.
It promoted you to DAC 2. So so proud of you. So happy.
Thank you.
And glad to have you on here sharing your story tonight. Is there anything else you want to share with everybody before we go back to the slideshow?
Yeah, it's trial and error. It's a lot of resilience, with doing this. Like you said, I've reached out to you. I'm in the Zoom meetings. I actually watch other loan broker training outside of DAC. I just go hard at whatever I do anyway. The name of I have a clothing line and an energy drink called Professional Grinder. So the whole thing about a professional grinder is knowing that the struggle is not in vain and just pushing through and not giving up. I actually got my different domain names for everything. I'm also an artist. I'm a musician, so I have a fan base from that, and I'm known from that. So I utilize my platform for that. And I've been with DAC since January 6th. So this entire year, I have nonstop been promoting, making commercials for the lines of credit, commercials for the business funding, for the ERC, for everything. So I'm literally going hard on social media. And I'm actually, emailing the clients, calling them on the phone. A lot of them are rude and hang up or they think you're a scam, but I just been pushing through. And I really believe in DAC. And I'm amped up every time I see somebody that made Agent of the Month. I'm like, I'm going to be Agent of the Month soon. Like, that's going to be me. I'm going to be at the top of the top. Every day I claim and I affirm being a loan broker makes me rich this year. So I'm just excited about DAC and I'm in it to win it for the long haul.
Amen. Amen. I love it. Well, it shows, and you said January, you got a funding your first month in the business. And I know you've been at it and you had several different fundings along the way, but this 50K this time was a big one for you. So congratulations, Brittany.
Thank you.
Time to be on tonight.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to go back to slideshow. All right, just a few slides, and then we're going to get into some really good conversation about marketing, who to market to, and conversations that I believe we're going to be leading to, right? But first, before we get off of slides, I want to remind everybody, if you didn't see the Zoom today, you'll want to watch that with David Rutz, but a real highlight of our Christmas cash bash that was just announced today with, it says earn as much as 20,000 in extra bonuses, but there's really more out there than that. And I'm going to go through real quick what David covered today, but break it down so you can really figure out how the money is there. Okay. So this is going to be on your personal client fundings. This does not count ERC because actually the timeline on this wouldn't apply to ERC anyway, because this will end before the ERC bonuses start coming in. It's going to be a 3-month process or so before those funds start really coming in. And we're just getting started with those right now. So this is on your personal client fundings, whether you're getting paid at 3%, if you're not amped up, or if you are amped up, you're getting paid at 6%, right? So you're going to earn those bonuses normally, and then you're going to have the opportunity to earn these extra bonuses. And here's how it works. This is the minimum extra amount. I wanted to point that out. Back to you could earn up to 20,000. This is the minimum amount. So I'm going to show you how there's a lot more there. So just knowing how to read the chart and where you fit in. If you had 3 fundings and 300 in funded value, the chart to the left says this is what the total fund value has to be. Okay, let me go backtrack one. This is the funded value amount minimum to hit these percentages, right? And it has to have this number of non-giggle funding. So Biddy Advance and our bigger Bank Breezy fundings count, but giggle fundings will not count towards this. So got to be a 6,000 or more client to count as a qualified client, as we covered to get to DAC 2. Same applies here. So when you hit 100,000 and you have at least 2 funded clients to hit that 100,000 total, that's going to put you at the extra 1%. 150,000 total funded value with at least 3 qualified new clients, and these are all new, not renewals. That'll put you at a 2% extra bonus. 250,000 in total funded value with a total of at least 4 clients will put you at 3% extra bonus. And when you hit 500,000 and at least 5 new clients, that's going to put you at the 4% bonus ranking. So let's go through some examples. If you had 3 fundings and 300,000, 300,000 would be at this rank, but I don't have but 3 fundings, right? So it brings us down to the 2% rank there. So that would be an extra 6,000. So what it's going to be when the bonus gets paid out, it's going to be paid out on your cumulative dollar amount that you get funded between today, or applications that got submitted today, all the way through December the 22nd. We're going to get this paid out on Friday the 23rd before Christmas. Okay. The next example, if you had 4 fundings and 200,000, where's that going to fit? 4 fundings, 250. Nope, not there. 4 fundings. Oh, here we go. 2% again, right? 4,000 extra bonus. And if we had 2 fundings and 600,000, well, 2 fundings is right here at 1%, right? Even though you got 600, you meet the qualifications in that first column, but you don't meet the qualifications in the second column. So you got to meet the qualifications in columns 1 and 2 to get to the accurate percentage. And then the last example is 5 fundings and 800,000. Ding, 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 ding. You hit the top of the line there with 4% bonus. And that's really where you want to be. So as this example shows, that's an extra $32,000. So again, it's on the cumulative total, and 20,000 is not the cap. I wanted to point that out. Okay. Again, and this is on the flyer showing you that this is going to be through the funding of December the 22nd. Bonus is paid out on the 23rd. Before we go away from slides, I want to remind everybody, and this is another reason why I'm super excited about DAC. Again, we set ourselves apart from other companies with some of the things that we market. And I'm going to talk more after we take down the slides on other ways that we set ourselves apart from other companies. But this is one right here. Other companies that are doing funding and other companies that are doing ERC, they don't have the Breezy Connect Cash program like we do. What is that? If you haven't seen or heard about it yet, well, it is a customer referral program that once a client becomes a funded client, or once a client becomes an ERC client with us, they're going to be invited to participate in our Connect Cash program. What is that? Well, they're going to get a little a referral link that they can share with their fellow business owners about funding or the ERC, so that they can help spread the word, because they're naturally going to do that anyway, especially on the ERC, right? They're getting this free money back. They're going to tell everybody that they know about how they're getting this extra influx of cash from the IRS. And they're going to tell everybody anyway, but now they can get paid for it because of the Connect Cash. So as they start sharing their referral code, they're your client. So you're the agent of record. And as they start sharing their referral code, means they're going to get a little piece of the action. They're going to get some cash on this, but that client that they refer is your frontline customer. So you refer a client and they start doing the Connect Cash, right? They start telling other people. All of these referrals count as your personal customers, which will count you towards ranking up. It'll count you towards getting engaged, and it'll count towards your amped up status. So what do you think about having a bunch of personal customers out here that start becoming your mouthpiece, because not only are they marketing or helping you market and referring you because you were great to work with, you were a great agent, you were professional, and then our team at DAC took good care of them, but now they're going to get a little financial incentive. That financial incentive is 2% off of a funded deal and 1% off of the ERC. We're still going to get paid. They may take a little haircut off of the top of what our pay is, and that's to be determined depending on whether the lender kicks in here or not. But either way, I would gladly share part of my commission to have hundreds of people out there that now are incentivized to do word of mouth marketing for me. So imagine all of these people start referring, and guess what? When they refer a client that comes on board with us, they're going to get a referral link too. Now they're incentivized to be telling about DAC funding or the DAC ERC program. And your network of clients is going to grow and grow and grow. And remember, all of these customers through word of mouth marketing, one tells two, and they tell two, and they tell two, and so on and so on. All of these customers are going to be your frontline customer, helping you rank through the program and keeping you amped up. So I'm super excited about that part of DAC and what sets us apart. But I told you guys that I was working with an agent here in my home today, doing some training, and it kind of got me on a thought that I wanted to share with you guys tonight about why DAC is so special, and something that I actually thought about this in the night and woke up thinking about it. David has mentioned many times that we have some new things coming. We have a new back office that is in the works and could be released any time now. They're working on some finishing touches to that. So we could be having that back office that's going to do a better job of tracking what we have and us being able to track our team activity and so on much better than we have, because the back office we're using right now is actually a nutritional company, right? The longevity back office. And David's been working towards a way to be able to have our stuff tracked in a back office that's more suited for our B2B business activity. And that is just around the corner. So when we have that, David is also going to be releasing Relevate. For those of you that have been around a while, you've probably heard this conversation, but for those of you that are new, let me give you a little insight on that. Relevate is the pay card that we all get paid through, right? As a new agent, you have to sign up for that card. Well, we're going to be able to market that to business owners. It's not live now, so don't get ahead of yourself, but just kind of painting the vision for the future here. Relevate is the pay card where we get paid, but not only for us, we'll be able to market it to businesses. And there's some unique features of the Relevate card that are really going to be intriguing for business owners. And that is, when they have employees that they're paying, they can have those employees at no cost to the business owner, have those employees sign up for a Relevate account. And now that employer can direct deposit their payroll, whether it be weekly or biweekly payroll, they can direct deposit it into that Relevate account, just like David Rutz does with us for our daily commissions. But the unique thing for that employee is they will be able to draw and take an advance on their upcoming pay ahead of time without having to go to a check advance store where they're having to give up a large percentage of their check to be able to get a draw on their upcoming pay. So that's going to be a really unique feature. There'll be more things that are built into that, but I just want to plant that seed that is something that is coming. Okay. And every business owner that we're talking to about the ERC has employees. So they're potentially someone that we're going to come back to after we've opened that door and created that relationship on the ERC. We're going to come back to them and tell them about Relevate and say, hey, I know you've got an employee group here. I thought you'd like to know about this really unique platform that we have available at no cost to our employers, right? So think about that. Next, we have another product that also will be coming out right after we launch the back office, and that's going to be the legal program that David has referenced. It's a nationwide law firm that is going to be able to provide free legal program to every everybody, you know, whether it's a business owner or an individual, we're going to have that as a giveaway. And then people that are utilizing that program are going to be able to get some of their needs met on legal programs. I know I've been an agent with Legal Shield since 2010 for 12 years. And I have, I don't know how many members that are paying $29.95 a month for a membership. We're going to give away something very similar for free, right? There's tremendous value in that, but the way that we're going to get paid off of it is going to be mind blowing when that product comes. So again, that's another thing that we create relationships with this ERC conversation where we're out doing good in our communities, because we are doing really good work in our communities when we're informing business owners about this money that most of them don't even know exists, right? We're doing good. We're coming back to them with that conversation about the legal program and doing good again. So we've got more feathers in our quiver right now that are about to come to fruition than you could have ever imagined. We're not asking business owners to spend money with us. We're either there offering them money that they can't get from the bank, or offering them money that they weren't aware of, or their CPA told them that they didn't qualify for, or we're offering them a way to help keep employees, or offering a way to help themselves in legal situations. And oh, by the way, don't forget, we also have a healthcare plan, right? So creating relationships with business owners, we have a multifaceted line of services that we can really help that business owner. Our healthcare plans give business the opportunity to offer a plan to their employees. Now, it'd be self-pay. It's not a group plan where the employer can get billed and paid, but they could certainly open the doors for us to come in and talk to their group about the program and send them to our website where they could get signed up through your link as the referring agent, and give those employees an opportunity to have health care that they may not be able to afford otherwise. So I really wanted to open your mind and get you thinking about what we really have here at DAC. I just know that where we are today, we've had a bright future for a long time, but our future gets brighter and brighter as every week goes by. Hopefully you guys have seen the new payment processing page that was just completed. It is live now. I'm excited about that, to have our relationship back with Sphere. And we should be hearing very soon about the Connect cards. You've not seen anything announced on that yet that I've missed, have you, Harlequin?
I haven't seen anything on
the Facebook
on the
page?
pay cards, no. But
Okay.
one thing or on the drop cards, or Connect cards as we're now calling them. But a couple of things I would like to point out with the payment processing. David said today that there is going to be a way to qualify as an engaged agent using just payment processing. So start getting some clients now so that you can qualify for that. But the other thing I wanted to point out, when you were showing, all the referrals and all that stuff, and how that will help you get promoted, you forgot something. All of those clients will also count as fundings for our Christmas cash bonus.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Clients.
Oh yeah. So that's a phenomenal way to get qualified for those extra percentages that we're going to get on our fundings.
Yeah. Well, thank you for pointing that out. And all of that is going to happen only by you creating a relationship. Yeah, there are going to be some people out there that just see it and go after it and go, oh yeah, I can get 2%. If I tell somebody about this, I was going to tell them anyway, but you're going to pay me for telling them. Or the ERC, you mean I can get 1% of what they get back on top of what I'm getting back? And I was going to tell them anyway. Well, sure, I'll do that. You're going to have people that are going to do that anyway, but most people are going to need you as an agent encouraging them, right? Because business owners are busy and they don't necessarily take time to see all of this stuff coming at them unless you create the value of paying attention. So it's going to be up to us to be really good professional DAC agents to make sure that our clients are aware of this. Hey, now earlier I had sent out a text message and I said, I asked for the text. I said, hey, if you have some ERC applicants in process, I would love to hear from you. Some of you are shy, and I know that we've got several people on here tonight, but if you have had some ERC applications started and you want to share your enthusiasm about that, just raise your hand. Go down to the raise hand button at the bottom of the screen. I'd love to hear from you. I see Jebecca's got his hand up. I'm going to ask you to unmute. Hey, Jebecca, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing well. Miss Winn, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Well, yeah. So first of all, I appreciate you every Monday for doing what you do. I can't stress that enough. You and Harlequin are really the blood force of our team, and we appreciate the time you take and all the leadership that you guys provide. Again, I can't thank you enough for that. But to answer your question, yeah, I have a couple actually. The one that I'm excited about both of them, but one of them is actually located in a business district. We have here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, something called the Sherman Phoenix, and it's an African-American district of business owners, and who all communicate with each other, who all work together. It's a community, and we already got him the business funding. Probably about 4. He actually got a lot of credit with us, but now he's actually going for the ERC. And it's crazy. Before I knew about this Cash Connect program, he was already going to start referring people to me. So now I got to go back to him and say, hey, you might want to get your own link so you can start benefiting from this. It's additional incentive. He was already going to do it anyway. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah, she's just going through the process. For those of you who already started, I think Mr. Rutt said this earlier, you do have to communicate with your prospects. Getting the first part is super important. Great news is that we have a team, the ERC pros, that actually follow up on their own to kind of move the needle forward. But nevertheless, we still got to hit them with, I got to still hit them with a call and a text like, hey, are you still on it? Are you following up? Did you get everything in? Because they are so busy. They are just super busy individuals. And, because it's not an instant funding, people sometimes have a tendency to put it off to tomorrow and put it off until tomorrow. So you got to kind of be on it. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I have more I need to reach out to, but yeah, working on it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Jebecca. Appreciate you sharing. And wow, that business owner is in the middle of a highly connected community. There's no telling how many referrals you're going to get from that one person. But then think outside of that circle. That person may network within those local businesses that are there, but how many other businesses do they know that aren't in that same area of the city, right? And then it's referring and connecting those that are in that complex. They're going to know a lot of business owners that are not in that complex. So they're going to be reaching out to other business owners that are in other areas of the city, in other areas of the state, or in other areas of the country. So this can have a viral effect all across the nation just because you're doing a good job as an agent, encouraging them to sign up. So thank you for that. And congratulations on
I forgot to say one more thing. I forgot to. I wasn't going to say anything because I don't want to jinx myself, but I don't believe in jinxes anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. But the same gentleman actually just got his product. He does it's called Funky Fresh spring rolls. He has spring rolls. He just got them in the stores, and he's actually partnership with, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, but there's a pizza company called Palermo. And he actually knows the owners of Palermo. That's over 800 employees. And so we are trying not to, go crazy here, but trying to get the ERC, get them to go through the ERC through our program. And if so, I'm gonna do a backflip. I'm a big dude, but if we can get that going, that would be nice. So keep me in your prayers. We're working on it. We're working on it.
That's awesome. Yeah, you can That is when you have relationships with people, because they will do business with you because they know, like, and trust you. And that's the whole key to this business in the first place. So right on, right on. We'll keep our
And-
fingers crossed and prayers going up for you on that one for sure.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, and actually, Jebecca, fingers crossed, prayers said for that one as well from me. But I just wanted to point out, Ellen, that Raheem Miller is on Jebecca's team. And Raheem had mentioned that he had not had a chance to be introduced to Jebecca. So since he was speaking, I figured I'd at least say something. And I think, unfortunately, Raheem ended up having to drop off since he is with his family right at the moment. But I'll have him watch this again. But anyways, so Jebecca's a
reach out to him
DAC 4.
directly.
I'm sorry.
I said I'll do one better. She was actually on my list of people to contact. So I'm
Okay.
gonna do better and reach out to him directly.
Awesome. Yeah. But yeah, fingers crossed on that one, Jebecca, and congrats on getting the other application submitted.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, let's go to Richard Giraldez. I've got your name right now that I've heard you leave that on my voicemail.
Yes, yes. How you doing today?
Good.
I just wanted to share a story. Now I've been signed up with David Allen Capital for a while, but haven't really done much because I have been focused on ERC. And until now, you guys we're not doing that. And this is a story of the first company I was able to help, which was a local company in the Austin area. This was a healthcare company that was had homes that were resident homes where they were taking care of people who needed in-home healthcare. And she had over 100 clients, and she knew nothing about this program. But the business was kind of on the verge of losing the business. And this was a woman who, an African woman, business owner, who was very, felt like her employees were her family. And she wanted to do anything she could to keep them employed. And she had been paying them the whole time, which is why they were almost, running out of money. And when we were able to find her the money, she actually broke down and cried and told me this was one of the best things that ever happened. And of course, the IRS, has recently sped up the process, but it was, for a while there, it was taking almost a year. But recently she got that $400,000. And she was so happy that she gave me 6 other clients. She gave me people that were in her network that were all of African descent, that were all we kept together, and they were all actually business owners in that same field. So it ended up working out very well.
Wow, that's an amazing.
And that's just the impact that you can have with this.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for sharing that. And for those of you that may be new and you're going, well, why was he doing this with another company? DAC has just launched the ERC program here within the past 3 weeks. So Richard was doing that with another company. Now that DAC has launched it, I hope that you're focusing all of your efforts towards the DAC ERC program, because I just look at it and it's really hard to even compare what we offer versus the other, the Connect Cash and our stepped up pay levels, where you can earn all the way up to 6% moving through the ranks. I covered that last week on the pay plan. So if you didn't see that, go back and watch last week's replay on my YouTube channel. So yeah, good stuff, Richard. Thanks for sharing that. And
Sure.
I've got a couple of stories I want to share from just last Friday. I had my little Yorkie that you sometimes see in the background, had a veterinarian appointment with her, took her to the vet, and in that appointment, the office manager came through. She and I have been friends since teenage years. You know, we kind of grew up together in the community. She popped in and said hello, but we were focused on the dog at the time. So I didn't want to talk business with her on that appointment. So did everything, left the appointment, and I ended up with a prescription getting called in to a local pharmacy. We needed a compounded prescription, which they couldn't do there in-house at the veterinary clinic. So they called in a prescription to another locally owned business, right? So on my way back later, because it took them a while to do that, on my way back to the prescription shop, I had to pass by the veterinarian clinic again. And I had my flyers ready to go. So I walked in with my flyer, and I'm going to pull this up and show you what I did. And this is the flyer out of the back office. Give me 1 second. Pulling it up so we can. That's the wrong one. Let me find the right one. Here we go. Let me get my screen share up. So I walked back in to the vet's office on my way back to the pharmacy, right? I walked in and I had my little flyer here that I pulled out of the Agent Resource Center. I just personalized it with my information at the bottom of the screen. Let me see if I can blow that up for you. I went in and I bought a domain name, and I found one that I thought was very appropriate for this flyer. I bought getmyrefund.info. So I made this, put my name, my phone number, and information in this little box, and I put contact your agent there so that they know I'm an agent with this company, right? And then I created a QR code that goes to my getmyrefund.info, not to my David Allen Capital page, but I created the QR code on the Get My Refund page, just in case somewhere down the road I decide that I want getmyrefund.info to go to a different page, or maybe we have other options on marketing that. I can always change what's out there just by changing where that page redirects to. So I wanted to pull that down and show you that. But anyway, when I went back in, I walked in the front door. The ladies at the desk recognized me. I still had the same clothes on. I had gone in with a business, I had blue jeans and a blazer, because I told you guys I always dress professionally, so that when I'm out, if I have an opportunity to talk to a business owner, they're going to take me seriously. So I popped back in and I said, "Hey, is Lynn still here?" And they said, "Yeah, she's in the back. Hang on a minute." So they weren't questioning me on what I was there for. I'd already been in, right? So I came back. She came up to the counter, and I pulled out the flyer and laid it on the counter in front of her. And I said, "Hey, I just wanted to stop by and make sure you guys were aware of some changes in some of the COVID relief programs that has a lot of money on the table for you guys. Have you guys gotten this extra money from the COVID relief called the ERC, Employee Retention Payroll Tax Credit, which is up to $26,000 per employee?" And she looked at me and she said, "We haven't even gotten the PPP." I couldn't talk him into it. And I'm going, "Oh man, wow, there was a lot of money there." I said, "Well, you know, the good news is this program allows people that got PPP money to get this in addition to. They just do a little adjustment for what they received on the PPP. But if you guys didn't get PPP, then this can make up for it, because it'll include what you may have missed out on the PPP and any extra credits there. So you won't have to do any deductions." And she said, "I'm going to get him to do this." Now she's the office manager, right? And I said, I said, you really should. And if you want me to talk to him for you, please do. And I know the vet too. I've known him for years, right? So she said, we're going to do this because he really could use this money. So I left the flyer, and before I woke up on Saturday morning, she had already started filling out the form. Okay, that's one. Me doing business with and talking to people that I'm doing business with. I also had that flyer, another flyer with me when I went into the local owned pharmacy. And when I walked in the door, the young lady behind the counter, I did not know her, but she knew me. And she said, she knew me because of my name, because I used to be a business owner in my local community, right? I had Winn's Pizza. And I walked in the door and she said, she was just excited to see me. We started talking and she said, Ellen, we still have one of your magnets in the back office. One of the magnets with my pizza company name and phone number that we used to hand out to customers. And I said, you're kidding me. And she said, no. And she went to the back and brought this magnet back up that said Winn's Pizza Company with a phone number on it. And I said, that's amazing. I love it. And she said, yeah, Mike loved your pizzas. So Mike is the owner of the shop, right? So anyhow, long story short, the point is, if you are not having conversations with people that you know and that would be willing to listen to you, you are missing the boat on this, because again, we've got great news to share, and it's just a matter of us getting the word out and being sincere about the opportunity to help people and just getting it out there in front of them. So I encourage you all to go in and pull this flyer up. I'm going to show you how to do that. Actually, I'm going to record a video and send that out, so it won't take up so much time tonight. But I'm going to show you a real simple process to edit the video, and also a simple process to create a QR code and get all of that squared away on the flyer so that you two can print it out and have that ready. I know the Connect cards are coming, but I didn't want to wait on the Connect cards. I've got people I need to talk to here and now. And having that flyer as a leave behind is great. I don't mind talking to people on the phone, text message, opening phone conversations, because if I'm on the phone with them, then I'm going to ask them for an email address and I'm going to send them the information via email, right? But it's different when you're doing face-to-face. You really need something to leave behind. So I wanted to share those two stories on top of, I've been telling you, I have my plumbing company, my flooring company, people that were doing remodeling stuff here with me. Now I have doors open with my Chamber of Commerce. I did a function last Thursday, and I had 8 different people in the car with me. 3 out of the 8 had not applied, or their company had not applied for the PPP. So I'm in follow-up process and conversations with them. So I'm not even attempting to do cold market stuff. I'm just trying to really secure my local connections, which, as Jebecca shared, you help one person get this money and it turns into a real deal when they sign off on the paperwork that's going into the IRS saying that they're going to get X amount of money back. You've got a believer, and you've got someone that's going to be spreading the word for you. So it's time to get busy. It's time to get busy building a team if you want to do that and really leverage your efforts here, or just getting your own customers. Either way, it's a win-win for you and anybody that you talk to about our services. So I've got another hand up. I've got Ray's hand up. Hey, Ray, what do you have for us tonight? Did you have a story you wanted to share, or do you have a question?
No, I don't have a story just yet, but I do have a question. I have a couple questions. All right. I had seen somebody in the chat, I guess, asking a question about the ERC as far as the amount of employees. So the question for that was, just from my understanding, with the ERC full-time employees, it's up to 500. And for the part-time, it is unlimited.
That's correct. They're going to take the part-time hours into consideration, but they're looking at the guidelines of at least one full-time employee, and full-time is 30 hours or more a week. That's considered a full-time employee. So they need at least one of those that's outside the immediate family of the business owner that owns 51% or more of the business. And then 500 full-time, but as you said, part-time hours above that count. So they're going to break it down on a quarter by quarter basis. Some people have way more than 500 employees over a given period of time. But if you take snapshots of quarterly basis, they may not have that many on the payroll at that time. So I would let the CPA team break it down. Even if they exceed that number, let them break it down and let them be the one that disqualifies the business. Don't us as agents try to go, nah, I think you got too many employees. Let the pros be the ones that break that down and analyze, and let them be the ones that disqualify them.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then my other question was, I know you said not too long ago that that DAC is looking to create another, like, is it like a sign-in for the resource center? Because I know we're using longevity, and will we still be promoting longevity even if that change is going to be done?
Yeah,
Yeah,
as far as I know, the back office is just a back office for us as agents, right? Because the longevity back office is not conducive to tracking what we do. So we've got two things here, and most people commonly call the back office the Agent Resource Center, the back office. The Agent Resource Center is not password protected. It's there at the bottom of the website. Everybody can access that, right? So that's Resource Center, but our back office is that longevity back office. Our stuff will still be going into the longevity back office for residuals and all of that, but everything else David pays separately. He pays the funding, he pays the all of the funding products, the line of credit, the advances, and now the ERCs. Those get paid through David Allen Capital anyway. Everything else gets paid through a partnership with longevity. So there will still be volume and all of that going into the longevity back office. We just won't have to rely on that as business owners tracking our business. We won't have to rely on that and the lack of information that's available to us. We'll have a new back office that will show us what our organization has going on, and it'll show us in real time, from what I'm understanding, what activity is going on in our organization. Right now, as a team leader, I don't have a clue what's going on in most of my business until I get that override commission on funding that has taken place, or unless people are calling and asking for three-way calls and needing help, then I know what's going on. Or like tonight, you guys getting to share what you've got in the works here with ERC and so on. So
okay, so basically we're still like, we can still promote longevity products and go in there and log in and everything. Okay, I just wanted to be sure about that.
This is just a growth stage in our business that has been a long time coming and very much needed as the next level of technology advancements for our company. So,
okay, well, thank you, Ellen.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you for the question.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm going to lower your hand and go back to Rebecca. What else do you have?
Hello, real quick question. I know we've talked about it. I know David talked about it too. But when is that expected to be live?
He hasn't put a timeline on it yet.
Okay.
I know that they're getting close. They just don't have it ready to go. He wants it to be turnkey and 100% before he launches.
I understand completely. No, I'd rather wait and it be right than launch it and it have a bunch of glitches and it not work the way we wanted to, and it's more cumbersome than what we already have. So definitely understand it. I'm looking forward to it. I want. So do you know? Will it also be able to show when your agents have applications in play or anything like that?
I'm thinking that just from conversations that I've had, I'm thinking that that's going to be built in, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Okay. I know that is on the wish list.
Gotcha.
Sure. I'm not 100% sure that the company will be able to provide that information, but it's on the wish list for sure.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you. All right. We've had testimonials. We've had people sharing stories about the ERC. Is there anybody that just has a question about anything that
Hey,
we've?
Ellen, before you get into questions, just because I know sometimes people drop off when we have the questions. I did confirm the information on GoPro.
Okay, good.
So, yeah, I know last week or the week before I had spoken about GoPro with Eric Worre. It is non-company specific network marketing training. And they do everything from how to talk to clients, how to recruit people, how to do social media, and their social media training is off the charts, people. I've learned so much from that. But anyways,
You're muted.
okay, sorry, thank you. I just went and put my email address in there. GoPro2022.com is the website that gives you information about what it is that you get. The ticket price for that 3-day weekend is currently $497. It's gone up, but I have been told that I can get an unlimited number of tickets through Friday for $47.
Holy cow.
So phenomenal opportunity.
90% discount.
Pardon?
90% discount, 1/10 of the price.
Yes, exactly. And the thing is that it is 3 all-day long sessions. So it's Friday, December 2nd, all day Saturday, and then all day Sunday. They've also been doing trainings every week this month. Those are still going to be available on Facebook, so you can go ahead and get access to that. There's one more training that they're doing next Monday, but those, because it's during the week and during the day, they've got it on Facebook. But you know, a lot of people ask me, you know, how did I get started and how did I get all of the growth with my team? And a lot of it has to do with what I learned at GoPro, because I attended with Ellen. She invited me to sit in with her on that first virtual GoPro that they did 2 years ago. And I've done their mentorship program. I can also get 2 people to do the year-long mentorship program for half price. So if somebody is interested in doing that, let me know. But yes, and Jay, it is online for the GoPro. It's all done through Zoom. And there's going to be 150,000 people from around the world on this event. And in order to speak at the event as someone in the network marketing industry, you have to have made at least $1 million in 1 year to be allowed to speak on that stage. So these are people who know what they're talking about. And then on top of that, they bring in industry leaders, you know, people like Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Dean Graziosi, Les Brown, Sir Richard Branson. What is it? They also go and they bring in a celebrity every year. Last year it was Kate Hudson. The year before that, it was Sylvester Stallone. They haven't announced yet who the speaker is going to be this year. But I personally had an opportunity, and I am going to be in Las Vegas. There's 300 people in the studio. So I will be there in person listening to the whole thing. But for those of you who are like, well, I can't be there on Friday, they usually give you an opportunity to get lifetime access to the recordings for like $99 or something like that, which is well worth it. But if you're looking, you know, if you're saying, hey, I don't have $47, you know, it's Christmas time. you can go and get a group of people together and watch it together. That's how I would recommend it. Ellen and I had such a fabulous time doing that, and you can split the cost. So anyways, I just wanted to put that out there. If you're interested in getting it, don't sign up on the GoPro2022.com. But you can look at the information there. Send me an email as soon as possible at harlequinmurray@gmail.com. So that's HARLEQUINMURRAY@gmail.com, or you can also find me on Facebook. I'm the only Harlequin Murray on the planet. So that makes it easy. But just go ahead and send me the info, the thing. You will have to pay me directly because they're only taking one payment from me for all of the tickets. But I would love to see as many people as we can attend that training, and it will change your mindset and give you a huge step forward in the growth in your business. So just wanted to bring that up before we went to further questions.
Yeah, no, and thank you, Harlequin. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, guys, when we did that, I had the tickets and I invited Harlequin to come sit in my living room with me. I had it projected from my computer up on the big screen TV, and we just sat back on the sofa with our feet reclined and notebooks in our laps, and we both just wrote until our hands were about to fall off from taking so many notes from all the different speakers. So yes, the virtual event, that's tremendous value, $47 in its own right. But now imagine you're not having to spend money to go anywhere. You're not having to spend money at a hotel or eating out. You've got everything at home. And if you've got other activities going on, even if you don't have activities, even if you could sit through all 3 days of that, I would encourage you to take advantage of whatever deal they offer you to buy the recordings and the unlimited access to that, because then you can go back and play it over and over and over again. Or as Harlequin said, you can share with your team. You can have trainings in your home and invite people over to sit through and watch those training sessions. So great job. Thank you so much for being willing to share that with the entire team, not just your organization, Harlequin. Appreciate that very much. All right, any questions?
As they say, a rising tide raises all ships. So absolutely, just send me an email with your name, your phone number, and your email address, and I will send you the link so that you can get the information. And somebody was asking when the deadline is. The deadline is Friday, but obviously the sooner you can contact me, even if you may have to get the money together by Friday, that's fine. But if you're wanting to go, just go ahead and send me an email and let me know when you can make that payment.
Yeah, and Harlequin, I know you take Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, PayPal. You make it for somebody to send you money, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So make it work. Okay, guys, I don't see any hands up. Last chance to ask questions, or we'll just go ahead and wrap up for the night. Appreciate you all being here and tuning in to your business, right? The biggest part of life is showing up and being there on a daily basis over and over again, whether it's showing up for your family or showing up for your business or your job. You don't have continued success in this business without being there consistently. Some of you are probably coming back. I've had emails from people that said, hey, ERC has caught my attention. I'm excited about DAC, but excitement wanes. And if you don't stay plugged in and hearing the success stories of people, then it's easy to get discouraged. That leads me to another conversation I was talking with an agent today in my home, and as she was headed out the door, we were talking about where the now money is, right? The now money is really with funding, but I would not lead with funding, right? Think about this. If you go out and you talk to 40 business owners face to face, out of those 40 business owners, 8 out of 10 of them statistically are going to need money sometime in the next 12 months. but your chances of hitting the conversation on the day or the week that they're looking for money is very slim. So be a door opener. Use ERC as a door opener because you're giving away free money conversations, right? Use that as a door opener. And then as that conversation evolves, whether they got the money, didn't get the money, or were told that they didn't qualify, then you know where to go with that conversation. If they were told that they didn't qualify, say, ask them a couple of questions. And if you think that they might qualify based on what our requirements are that we've taught in the training, then say, wow, I want to share a story from our company founder. And that is, they were told, he has a good friend that owns a company, and he was told by his CPA that they didn't qualify either, but he decided to take a second look and let our CPAs take a second look at it, because there's no charge to do that. And because he was willing to let us take a second look, now they're getting back $750,000. So I think that's a powerful story to share. And when you open the door with the ERC conversation, keep the ERC conversation the conversation until you get them through the process and starting to apply and all of that. Don't try to do ERC and funding and everything else that we do all in one conversation. But if they're saying they've already gotten their money, or maybe they don't qualify, because you go through the qualifying questions when you're there, then you can say, and oh, by the way, we do business funding as well. But if you get them over to your website, they're going to see the whole suite of services that we offer. So lead with ERC. Let that be your goodwill to the community, that you're just out spreading the word. And then you've got an opportunity to say, and oh, by the way, we offer business funding too. So if you can't wait for this money to come in, or if at any other time in the future you're needing money that you can't get from the bank, we'd love to be your go-to resource for that. Okay, guys, no questions up. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the leaderboard or on a testimonial in the very near future. Thursday is Thanksgiving, so I hope you guys all have a blessed Thanksgiving, getting to spend that time with family or friends if you have those folks in town. And David just confirmed, I asked him if he was doing a Zoom on Friday, even though Thanksgiving, the offices are closed, and Friday, the offices are closed. He is going to be doing a Zoom on Friday at 11:30. Okay, so have a great night. We'll see you on Friday. Take care, everyone. Have a blessed Thanksgiving.